Today we are on our 68 Dodge Dart Pro Street GTS. Back on the Stitches Challenger, legendary Forsyth Dust Scoops, 74 Swinger we call Sassy, 1947 Ford that we call Fat Fanny, the 1969 Dodge Charger, our Technology Nightmare 2012 Ram truck, 1967 tube chassis race car that we're building called the Golden Mullet, truck called Wanda, Great Grandpa's 1926 Oakland. Oh look, a bird, squirrel, shiny penny.
Focus, Mike, focus, focus.
That's right, it's a Talk About It Tuesday, and today we're going to talk about focus. Why do I try to do so many things instead of focusing on just one thing? Stick around. That's what we're going to talk about. I'm Mike, and this is My Car's Shop. You all know that this is the internet, and everybody has an opinion, and a lot of people are happy to give you their opinion, and most people are respectful and offer good constructive criticism and so forth. But there are always some ashtrays out there that will give you unasked for opinions that are not constructive or helpful. They just seem to want to elevate themselves to somehow deciding how you should be living your life. And that's fine. It's what you sign up for when you get online. But today I do want to talk about why I have so many different projects and why I don't focus on just one project. The word that I often hear is stop getting yourself distracted by all of these other things and just focus on one car and get it done. Here's the reality. I wouldn't do it. I get bored real easy. And if I had to focus on infinite, tiny details on just one car, I just soon sit down and watch TV and drink coffee or something because it ain't gonna happen. Now, that doesn't mean I don't like doing those fine details, because I do. I just don't like doing them all the time. And when you get to a point like we are on this car where it's pretty much nothing but fine details, I'm going to chip away at them here and there, but I'm certainly not going to spend the next 4 months going through all the painstaking details to make everything perfect. The second reason is if all I did was just this car and I shared the painstaking details like that, my viewership and my view time would go... No, okay, I could maybe not this car. Maybe we leave this one out of the queue and we focus on the Duster or Stitches. Same thing. If all we did every day was fabricate, little detail, little detail, little detail, little detail, if that's all the episodes were 3 days a week, people would get bored with that after a while too. Variety keeps things interesting. And the premise of the channel, as you all know, is spending the day here with me in the shop working on whatever it is that I'm working on. We haven't done a lot of hands-on stuff other than some stuff on the Pro Street car recently. We did work on getting the Bridgeport mill in. That episode is here. We got the new lathe in. We have the old lathe. We spent a lot of time working on upgrading the shop this summer rather than focusing quite as much on the driver cars. Now, there's still a lot of summer left, and we're going to be doing more work on those cars. But again, it's sharing as many different things with you as I can, trying to keep it interesting while not seeming to be like, well, as my mother used to say, being all over the place like horse on a wagon wheel. Please don't misunderstand and think that I'm doing all of that just to create interesting YouTube content. Actually, this is pretty much the way that I live my life. The little bite philosophy here, which is you eat an elephant one little bite at a time, and you just keep chewing up and swallowing those little bites until the elephant is gone, is very, very real in every area of my life, and even particularly in the shop. But I'm applying that principle to areas in my life recently that I hadn't thought about applying it before. And it really does make a difference. So I try to be pretty transparent with you. And this is my life. This is what I do. And, people don't like that. That's okay. Doesn't bother me any. But I know a lot of you do. And I appreciate that very much. Some days it is a challenge. We had done an episode on the wood lathe when Mark came up last weekend, and then on Sunday I came out and I thought, what am I going to work on today? I need to do something hands-on. And I looked around the shop and the GTS was here, and I looked at that fender well and I thought, man, I don't know if I feel like doing that or not. But I thought, you know what? Taking a little bite breeds energy, and that energy creates more energy. So I said, all right, we're going to just start filming and we'll see where we go. And lo and behold, we did get this inner fender well done. Now that's created some energy for me to go ahead and do more little bites on cleaning up this engine compartment a bit more from stuff I didn't do since we had the fire all those years ago. And I really think that's key is when you have a variety of projects like I do and your personality is like mine, you may not feel like working on the next thing that needs to be done on the project, but I can always look at another project and go, I would enjoy doing that today. So again, it's not that I'm putting anything on here on YouTube and I've got all these other cars because I'm trying to present some grandiose thing on YouTube. No, not at all. Just as me, transparent, just being who I am, sharing my shop life with you in every way that I possibly can. That maybe it would be an encouragement to you for you to think differently, to see things differently. And if you're one of those people that focuses on just one project, great. Nothing wrong with that. But as a friend of mine would say, I would do that for a short amount of time and you'd find me in the closet with a belt. Now, I know not everybody has the space to have as many projects as we do, and don't tell my wife, but quite frankly, I'm not sure I have the space to have as many projects as I do either. And you guys know that I still have other projects that aren't even here yet that I've got lined up and so forth. But that's what I like. I'm an 80% kind of person. I love tackling something like stitches and just diving into it and doing all of the stuff, the big picture stuff. And details are a real struggle for me. The last 20% is the hardest part of any project. And that's why I like just going and chipping away a little here, a little there, a little here, a little there at those things and making them happen. So, whatever your circumstance is, if you have one car, two car, 20 cars, doesn't matter. Even if you're focused on one project and that's all you have the energy, the time, and the resources and the space for, there are plenty of little bites you can take in various areas of the car to keep you motivated and keep you interested. Maybe today you don't feel like tackling that rear main seal leak on your project, but maybe you could go through and do an interior detail, or maybe the trunk is a mess and you need to get that detailed up and painted up and cleaned up, or maybe you just need to polish your wheels, or maybe go for a drive, or I don't know. There's a million things to do on one car. And when you have 14 cars or whatever we have here, 12, 13, I forget the number now because we have purchased another one. Anyway, when you have that many projects, multiply that. So we have 12, 13, 14 million different things we can do. And with my OCD and my personality type, usually I can find something to do on some project that would be interesting and fun. And remember what we say, make it safe, make it done, and go have fun. And if you can have fun in the process of making it safe and making it done, that's a winner winner chicken dinner. Oh, yeah. All right, that'll do it for this one. I enjoy sharing these Talk About It Tuesdays with you. If you have discussion topics you'd like me to go for, drop it down there in the comments. I'd like to hear your comments on this one as well. How do you stay motivated when you start getting overwhelmed by the little details of all the stuff that you need to be doing on your projects or around your shop? All right, we will catch you on the next one. Don't forget, it's important.